swagger, okay? Regardless of what happens out there. Doesn't matter. Keep your swagger.
Hey, welcome into the Five-Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast, the fantasy hockey podcast that also appreciates it when Bill Guerin sacks up. We are your hosts tonight, Alan and Jay. Oh, Jay, man, it's we were just talking about it. It's getting real late, real early in the season, and this Olympic break is not helping.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, my goodness, yeah, like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all those folks very soon, right? Like, guys, we're rolling out of 2025 with what 13 days left on the docket. It's kind of nutty, Alan.
Oh, it's crazy, 40, man. Yeah, you're leaving. You know, you're taking some time, some well-deserved time off. Enjoy 100%. That. But yeah, we're here with your shutdown shift, your preview of the weekend to help you hopefully shut down your opponent, secure that W. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow the podcast on whatever your app of choice is. If you haven't already, come hang out with us in our Discord community with over 3,000 like-minded fantasy hockey brainiacs, maniacs, whatever you want to call us, or follow us on Twitter for updates and that sweet ability to slide into our DMs. And we got some nice tools, as always, on our website, FHFhockey.com. Now, first up, probably the only big storyline in the last few days, Kevin Adams relieved as the GM of the Buffalo Sabres. Jarmo Kekalainen, now GM, not interim GM. And this is funny because he was brought in as an assistant. So this was absolutely a case of kind of training your own replacement. So I kind of have like no strong feelings about this either way, watching him BGM for the Columbus Blue Jackets for a while. Fantasy significance, I don't think we'll see anything right away unless he turns around and fires the head coach, Lindy Ruff, which is possible. There is precedent for that, but who's available? You got Pete DeBoer out there, Peter Laviolette, Woodcroft. And this is funny because I was convinced, and this could be Mandela effect, even though I found evidence like that. No, I'm remembering it right. John Tortorella is apparently available. And Jarmo Kekalainen and John Tortorella have worked together in the past with the Blue Jackets. But I could have sworn Tortorella had gone on to like coach the PWHL Seattle team, but apparently not. Even though there was an official announcement and everything. But yeah, even as recently as when Seattle brought in their new GM, they immediately like fired their head coach. So there is recent precedent that a new GM could just turn around, fire a new head coach. Like when in The Office, when there's a new manager comes in, you know, they want to get their guys in. So I don't know. There could be fantasy significance, but I don't know if we see any right away. Jay, do you have any strong feelings either way here?
Once you said The Office, Alan, I immediately was like, wait, general managers don't just come in and declare bankruptcy? Anyways.
No. I mean, they still don't have palm trees and they still have income taxes there in Buffalo. So no, unfortunately they can't fix that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will, to his credit, Kekalainen did make some incredible draft picks, but it's just sort of like the real struggle will still be like in Columbus. It'll still be retaining the talent because it was like, okay, cool. You know, they got Panarin in Columbus, but did he stay? No. They had Bobrovsky. Did he say no? They traded Ryan Johansson for Seth Jones. Did he say no? He wanted out. You gotta figure out a way to retain this talent. That'll be the true test of anything Kekalainen does there. So Alex, I think, will be the first sort of RFA UFA he'll have to try to retain.
Yeah, we've always had, I guess, the new coach bounce. I'm really
Right.
around sitting here racking my brain trying to think of if we have ever had like a new GM bounce midway through the season.
Yeah. I don't know. Man, I didn't dig into that. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like that there could be some fantasy relevance there, but I doubt it. I don't know. But
I don't
Buffalo
think
did
so,
just win 3 in a row, so perfect time to bounce your GM.
100%.
Injuries. We got Dylan Holloway set to miss 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Man, freaking St. Louis. Just can't catch a break. How are they doing on that game tonight? I saw they scored for.
It's terrible because I am on both sides.
They shut out the Jets.
They shut out the Jets, and the worst
1-0.
part is obviously I am both holding and facing Justin Falk. So he scored the goal, and so now he's gonna get credit for the game-winning goal, and I am happy for it. But in the other league now, I'm also like it's like the child that he's staring like in the camera, going, "I'm so happy for you." Yeah, that's me.
Congratulations, not really.
Congratulations.
And yeah, speaking of Blues, man, is Joel Hofer still in the starting role? I mean, again, history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme.
Why does it keep rhyming with Innington for some reason? Like
right?
it's
Billy Huso. What?
Right.
Yeah. Next up.
Say,
sorry.
No. I was just gonna say with regards to St. Louis, yeah, like 11% ownership. He's already gotten with tonight. He's gonna be 1 win shy. He is 3 starts off. I don't know. I think this team, let's see, with tonight's win would be 4 points back of a playoff spot. Yeah, I don't know. This would be
Central Division though. Yikes! They got to go on a meteoric run. I don't know.
It would have to be historic, but again, Alan, are we saying once again the word? Okay, I guess we'll put the Vegas Golden Knights aside with the word historic, but
no, it's all Seattle Kraken historic now.
Right, that too. But aside from these 2 new franchises, like what other team has ever run on such a playoff winning run with that same goalie? I don't know. Like this could be that the timing is too convenient now, and like. I hate these end of December, beginning of January times because I hear the same damn shit about the Blues each year, and somehow the
although we've had people in the chat tell us, "It's like, no, man, just wait, Blues are coming, second half."
It happens each year. And then they actually make the runs, and they actually, I don't know what they feed them when it comes January.
Unless this is like that reverse fighting from that movie Kung Pao, where like Bennington just lets himself get backed into the corner so he can like activate that high pressure mode where he just like becomes unstoppable.
Right.
I don't know.
He just knows if he doesn't have the extra oomph and extra pressure, he just won't be able to, jetpack it off into the sun. Maybe that's what it is.
Next up, Connor Bedard out until at least the end of the year. This sucks. Not just for Connor Bedard himself, but anyone on Chicago. I feel like stonks way down for everyone on Chicago.
Hockey fans in general as well.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, this truly felt like his just breakout year. He'll be reevaluated after the new year. It does sound like a separated shoulder, which makes sense because he was clutching his shoulder on the way down the tunnel.
I would say too, this is to clarify for anyone, when we say out for the rest of the year, we say rest of the calendar year.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, because when we go out for the rest of the year, like I think folks now like wrapping up their fantasy football seasons are like, oh no, like we're waiting for next like October come draft time. Like no, like it's Alan said it best. Like you got to separate a shoulder. That ain't something that you just, what's the phrase? Pop it back in, coach. Pop it back in, and like pop back on your next shift. Like you need to recover. Let the soft tissues close. But yeah, if more than anything, Alan, I would say the suckiest part is that the Blackhawks didn't just like go on a run with him. Like the Blackhawks were relevant.
He was the run.
Wait, wait, so it turns out I need those knees in order to make, the legs? Like, what? And so yeah, it's one of those things where he now being out, like, look at what has Chicago done their past few games. They got a lead against the Leafs and like they managed to outleaf the Leafs. That's how, like frustrating Chicago
And it was
is at this
2-0.
point.
I'm like, man, I like the score so far because I'm starting Spencer Knight, but this seems like a trap. And sure enough, it was.
And I think the worst of it all is those are exactly, and I screamed basically on the pod in prior times about how those were exactly the kind of games that would get teams out of the playoffs, right? Like the Leafs lost similar games against other teams, giving up goals at the end of games. Wait, if the Blackhawks are doing that with 2-goal leads, like, guys, this is not you know what I mean? Like, that is something that should not be transpiring.
Oh no, the Penguins have been saying hold my beer lately with 3-goal leads. Oh man.
But in 8 seconds elapsements of time, you cannot be going from leads to deficits. Like, that is, come on, this is the professional hockey league here. It's hard, right? And crucially, in that swing, you've lost 2 points, and at least even the loser point, because it was like a minute or 2 minutes left until overtime.
Yeah.
These are things where I think I would want to be in the locker room, like just clarify with the boys. Like, hey, I know we lost a big piece for sure, right? But look at the guys that are on our roster. And I mean, Alan, I'm being a little generous.
Well, and it sucks because they were also down Levshinov because he was either late or missed a team meeting. So yeah, they were down a couple nice pieces there.
Goodness. Foligno is still out. I would want to clarify. It's his hand injury. So it looks like he is suiting up for the road trip and could be back either tomorrow or Saturday, which is good. But just something
at this point in his career, that's more a shutdown piece than someone who's going to try and replace his scoring touch. This is where you need Frankie Nazar to go on another run like he did at the start of the season.
Or a deeper cut. And I was going to say this as well, where like if you're looking at a roster with the main goal of seeing and going, guys, like who is here on a veteran contract with some experience on a roster, you might not have to look too far away from their power play one quarterback, Matt Grzelcyk. Like it is.
I think that was only because Levshinov was scratched for the game. I don't think that's going to stick.
Yeah, but Alan, here, come on, we got to give listeners and especially our Blackhawks fans something to grasp on. Like the fact of the matter is this team. Okay, not rephrase. Bedard is too good for this team to let him down at this critical juncture. They cannot come out of these like 6 to 7 games with one win. You know what I mean? They need to be picking up overtime loser points. They need to be getting at least 2, 3, 4 wins. Like, something that can stretch it out so that once Bedard is back, it's like, guys, like playoff hockey is coming back to Beantown. Like it's got to be something along those lines.
Yeah, maybe not this year though. But next up, actually, probably almost even the same issue. Will Smith's also to IR. Sounds like it. Probably also the same issue. Could be a separated shoulder. Next up, Darcy Kemper to IR. And this injury came first. That's why I put in parentheses there at least 7 days after a collision, not collusion, with Mikko Rantanen during Monday's game. Wasn't Rantanen's fault, was kind of pushed and just caught his head on the way through. Bad play, unfortunate. Phoenix Copley was recalled. Now I thought this was nice to kind of see, like, should we run not walk to pick up Anton Forsberg? We know, I mean, we've said multiple times in the past, the Kings play a very goalie-friendly system. And, you say something enough, it just sort of becomes truth, whether it's true or not. But I don't know. I would say he himself, Anton Forsberg, is kind of slightly. We have Darcy Kemper at home goalie. Right now in the season, he's got, well, I think tonight is technically supposed to be his 10th start, but he's got 10 appearances this season. He's 4-3-3 with an 8.93 save percentage versus Kemper's 9.17, so like 20 points below Kemper. But the Kings have gone 2-3-2 in the last 2 weeks, but yes, they are a very stingy team. 2.29 goals against per game. They're tied for third best over the last 2 weeks. They're sixth best on the season. So yeah, they don't give up much. So definitely a team where if you want to play rate stats, they're good. But yeah, half of Anton Forsberg's starts are quality starts, which was kind of what I was surprised about. The man is saving exactly as he's expected. Yes, is indicated by his goals saved above expected. His expected goals against is very low, so which kind of indicates the team is not hanging him out to dry. He is just we're seeing who he is, and it's not Darcy Kemper. But granted, Kemper has a larger sample size. But like it's just Kemper is just overall better at saving high and mid danger shots. So it's, I don't know. Someone did ask on Discord, like, should I run out and grab Anton Forsberg? But he also included a screenshot of the other goalies that were on the wire. And I was going to say, yeah, Forsberg was probably the only one that was going to get the starter volume if Kemper does miss a significant amount of time. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, for if there are no other guys that are going to get that kind of volume, Forsberg's probably worth a look, but I don't know. I would almost say maybe we look at other teams if you want kind of wins. I don't really like some of their schedule coming up here.
I guess
I don't know how you feel about them, Jay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, first of all, just looking at the teams across the board, it's crazy how stingy this team is. Like, I'm kind of flabbergasted a bit. Like, they don't score, Alan. They have scored 86 goals. They are the,
and that was what, looking at their goal differential, it was like 0. I'm like, what?
Right, yeah. The goal differential 0. Yeah, actually, I think the goal differential is below 0 now because they lost tonight too. But it's pretty insane in the sense when you look. They have scored 86 goals. Vegas too. Vegas for some reason, like, I thought they were like a powerhouse. Every other team in the playoffs, aside from Vegas and the Kings, have not scored. Every other team has scored 100 goals, right, in the playoffs. So, boom, that's already kind of like a metric benchmark that you can kind of quickly see. Vegas hasn't even scored 100, but they've at least passed 90. The Kings are at 86. They don't score, period. The only reason they are in a wild card position even is that they have let in 89 goals. And the only other teams that have let in less than them, Minnesota, who has the door of, or not the door, what do we call it? The
wall of St. Paul.
The wall of St. Paul, right? So there's a huge metric there. They have Vazzy up, or I guess down in Vazzy down in Tampa. And then Philly, for some reason, which I guess maybe this is, if anything, like a screaming shout for Vladar if he's available in any leagues. And then the Washington Capitals. And aside from those teams, it is the Kings. Having said that, how much of that is Kemper? How much of that is, just
the system they play? Yeah.
System and defense. If it is truly Kemper, then yeah, like, I think it's reasonable to say, like, at 11%, probably you could find value elsewhere. Like, I'm looking even in our leagues, for example, Alan and I play in a 10-teamer. Well, our league's got Vladar's around, Creeves is around, Askarov still, right? I can even see Casey DeSmith for maybe spot starts. There are guys.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, DeSmith isn't going to get the volume. I feel like Askarov will, but I feel like the Sharks are coming back down to earth.
Askarov also got dropped recently. He has the little waiver wire symbol. He also is 64% rostered. So he might be just so happens in our league, in our settings or something, he got dropped. But I would also say that if you were to be needing a goalie and considering Forsberg, I think, Alan, one thing I would consider for our listeners is, what's your week or game week metric? What's your target in terms of acquiring this goalie? We know that he, in terms of value, will not deliver you rest of season value. Okay.
Right.
Devil's advocate quickly before I go back on this rest of season value thing is to put a guy on IR immediately, like not even jump through day to day, or like we're checking something or seeing how his sniffles are feeling next day. Like, to put him on IR immediately is a pretty bad sign, I will say.
Yeah, it was blow to the head, man. Like, that's
right.
Not good.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, first off, you're guaranteed this week. So at minimum, you're going to get Forsberg for this coming week. I guess we're week 11, right?
11, so, yeah.
The thing is, though, I think for listeners, consider almost like a dragged out setup of this, for which it becomes super, super valuable and almost playing with house money afterwards. I think if you somehow from this end up with Forsberg starting you or getting you starter minutes in the Kings crease for 3 weeks or more, I think that is incredible value that you could land. That'd be crazy. Yep. 3 or 4 more. Anything past 3 weeks, I think you're already getting, like, you're playing with house money for week 4 onward.
But yeah, I think the rate stats will be there. I don't know if the wins will be there is my problem.
I think the wins will be there. Like, this is a team that is still in playoff position, right? This is a team that still you would expect. Like, who would the Kings be fending off to get in to the dance? They'd be fending off the Mammoth and the Sharks, who are scoring a ton and letting in more, which is almost hilariously incredible. Right. They could definitely hold it off, and they won't be holding it off because they've got the scoring talent to outscore them. It will be the stinginess, as you mentioned, that will get them there. So all those things, if we believe in the Kings going through, it will require Forsberg to succeed in that way. But yeah, I think past 4 weeks is the issue where I'm going. I don't think if you have a guy like I would probably lean a DeSmith over Forsberg personally.
Like, I mean, again, the volume isn't there. Yeah, let's let's move. Next up, Joseph Wall, return for the Maple Leafs. Anthony Stolarz is now being sent to a specialist, as he apparently isn't making the progress the Leafs hoped he would by now. I mean, that doesn't seem like a problem to me. Like, Hildeby was kind of having a nice little run there. Wall is certainly, didn't he, like, he got that game? He won that. Yeah, he won that game against the Blackhawks. That's right. We were just talking about that. So I mean, it's not like they need Stolarz back now. Certainly would be nice to have him. Looks like Andrei Vasilevsky. Wow, words are hard today. Is off IR, so it sounds like he could return tomorrow, Thursday. And then another Tampa Bay Lightning player, Brandon Hagel, left Monday night's game after taking an elbow to the head from Seth Jones. He has not been ruled out for Thursday against LA. I'm getting a statement here. This is from the Department of Panther Safety. It says that Brandon Hagel left Monday's game as his head did not leave enough clearance for Seth Jones's elbow. Okay, well, everything checks out here. Let's move on to the weekend here, Jay. So first up, our schedule. We got Thursday, Friday, Sunday. There was only one team with that schedule. It is Dallas, and it's a lot of the same guys we talked about earlier in the week. Duchesne, Lindell, Petrovic. But the big difference here is if Duchesne is available, he might have just become a longer term hold. It did look like he moved up to line 2 with Johnston and Rantanen, because that was kind of the best line for that game.
And Alan, like the huge value play is definitely DeSmith on the Friday, right? Like the off night back to back like that, he's got to be the value play.
Yeah. I would definitely take a DeSmith start if you can get him in that back to back, which should be pretty easy. Who do they play in that back to back? I don't have the game grid handy.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll pull it up. So they go up against. Man, I'm so used to seeing like the Sharks in Anaheim. I know they always do that California split, and I'm used to going, "Oh, that's amazing." And I was like, "Wait."
Yeah,
Anaheim's
that California road
year.
trip's not as easy as it used to be.
No, it isn't.
I don't know. The Ducks have been coming back down to earth a little bit.
They've been pretty good though, Alan.
Chris Kreider is making me question rostering him still. Just a little though. Just a little. I'm not there yet. I would take DeSmith on against either one of those teams.
I think I would, purely on the aspect that Cutter Gauthier, I think Cutter Gauthier would shoot stars if he could. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's
so I wonder if DeSmith gets the Sharks on Thursday and then Ottinger sees the Ducks on Friday.
Might be possible, but I don't know, Alan, because they'd want Ottinger to play both, right? They want Ottinger to play the Leafs on the Sunday and against the Sharks. They'd want their best goalie to play 2 nights, right? So then I think they'd probably give him maximal rest by playing him first, and then I didn't realize too until they mentioned it on the other parts, but supposedly goalies that are not playing on the day, they literally just nap. They don't even watch the full game to support. They literally will just sleep the entirety of the time early. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he won't be showing up on that second half. He probably won't even have the game. He'll just be asleep. So,
but yeah, I'd say if Duchesne's up on line 2, Sam Steele's dead to me. He can stay at like 2%.
Right.
Other than that,
third line.
Yeah, I think Sam Steele. Yeah, so I mean, Friday, Sunday, you center only. That's easy to fit in. But yes. I mean, if he's not up with Johnston and Rantanen, I'm not interested at all.
I think Petrovic is an interesting guy where he's
for riffs,
getting like 50 hits, 50 blocks, 40 shots like this. Jeez, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, you got a lot of teams to choose from here. First up, Buffalo. And this be a nice little team to stream from here. You got Josh Norris, who is back, only 32% owned. Maybe a lot of people haven't realized he's back, or because he's center only, or they're like, I'm staying away because he gets hurt all the time. He is line 2 now, but he's still getting power play 1. Josh Doan, Nepo baby, line 1, power play 1 now. I do wish his shot rate would come up a little more, but he does have 4 points in 4 games. A couple guys for riffs. You got Beck Malenstein for hits. Matthias Samuelsson for blocks. He did have a nice little like points. I don't know what he was on earlier in the season. He was getting picked up like a lot. I think he had like a nice little like points run earlier in the season that's cooled off, but he's still good for blocks. But I feel like this is a team you could pick up a lot of guys from, Jay. I don't know if there's anyone you would look at.
I think the 2 names you said, I'm just going to repeat it for any listeners that missed it. Like Josh Norris, he's center only, but Josh Norris is back and on power play 1. Get him. He's at 31%. Get him if he's available, specifically with a good schedule. The other guy that, just to reiterate again, Josh Doan. Dude's doing it. He's on fire recently. And yeah, right wing, line 1, power play 1, also 31%. I think those 2 guys are the main guys you gotta staple down. And then I think if we're talking deeper cuts, I don't know how you feel about Zach Benson. It says he's power play 1 as well.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, anyone on power play 1.
Ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how this new GM bounce hits.
Right. Yeah. Or it could be a new coach bounce soon. Who knows? Yeah, especially if they feel like they have a shot at making the playoffs still. Edmonton. I mean, if Matthias Ekholm's available, that's always an option. But Vasily Podkolzin actually on a little bit of a heater lately. Playing second line with Draisaitl also bangs a little bit if you need bangs, if that's valuable to you, if you're in a categories league or those hits are worth anything to you. Otherwise, I don't know. I feel like this whole team is like deep cuts. If you're not, if you don't have one of like the core like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah. I don't want to say just skip, but yeah, like unless you're going for like a face-offs league or you need some like bangers, riffs or something, or it's a cats league and you're trying to hit a specific category that falls into those 3 riffs.
Yeah.
Like the deep cuts that Alan was saying, it's all deep cuts. Yeah, there's an Adam Henrique, 1% ownership. He gets you face-offs. There's a Trent Frederick. He's a fantasy unicorn. Gets no extra special teams, but he gets you like what? Frig, he's at 86 hits now in the season. He could win you a category if you add him in and slot him in for some extra games.
And he wins that overpaid category. Next up, Minnesota. Vlad Tarasenko, 7%. He is going to eat up Matt Zuccarello's deployment while he was out. I think he had like a 3-point game last night, man. I showed up and did something last night, man. And I don't know. I'm hoping the Quinn Hughes bump, the Tarasenko boat, gets lifted with the rising tide there. Yakov Trenin with bangs or 4 bangs, like we've said. Daniil Yurov, I don't know. I don't know if I suggest him. It looks like he's off line 1. They got Jeek on line 1 right now. It looks like, and that's really the only reason I'd pick up Yurov is if he's playing line 1 there.
I mean, yesterday he had a pretty decent game, right? Like a goal, 2 assists, a goal and 2 assists. I would simply hesitate to go too far in the weeds with like Minnesota. Mainly grab any of these guys and I think be vicious in terms of dropping them afterwards to clear out space for your lineup afterwards. Like I think to fall in love with any of these guys beyond that top, really it's getting Allen pretty crystallized for me, right? Like if I'm looking there's what? Boldy, Jeek, Kaprizov, Quinn. Like you're talking about guys that are really going to be fighting and grappling with each other for that final and 5th power play 1 slot. Like right now it's being held by Tarasenko, but the problem is if Tarasenko's eating, there's not room for Yurov to eat in that place too. So I think it's one.
Not that he ever was getting power play 1, but yeah, if he's not getting line 1 even just at even strength, I'm not interested. Montreal, I like their matchups for the rest of the week. So it could be some. I like to think there's going to be scoring in these games. So they play Chicago and then Pittsburgh twice. Zach Bolduc or Matt Bolduc, whatever. He did see some line 1 time recently, so maybe he sees some more of that. We've seen throughout the season when he does get that opportunity, he lights it up. You just want to double check the lineups before you pick him up and potentially waste that pickup. I'd say just go check on Ivan Demidov, 61% owned. Only real guy I could find for cat coverage was Alex Carrier for blocks.
Right. Well, the other one I was saying too is with Matheson out, I don't think that opens up any avenues, right? Like Lane Hudson is all owned up, Dobson is all owned up. Right. So it's unfortunate for any Matheson holders, but that literally is go play the field, go look at the field for anything else because there's nobody else. There's no next man up. He was the next man that was due to
I wish there
up.
was this was a better team to stream from. Unfortunately, it's just not right now. Rangers, you know what? Actually, they bumped him off. I can't even say to go pick up Lafreniere. He is not on power play 1 anymore. It's Will Cooley. They're still doing that 5-forward power play, which I think I just saw. I think it was coming through Twitter today. That it's been like just terrible dog water. But they keep thinking it's going to work because it may just work for them. Other than that, Jay, I don't know. Jonathan Quick, sure to get like another start this weekend.
I was saying Gavrikov. I mean, I could be, like tooting my own horn and smelling.
I feel like Braden Schneider is better for riffs maybe than Gavrikov, but
yes, Gavrikov basically is what Braden Schneider would have been, except Braden Schneider also hits on top. So yeah. But actually Gavrikov gets some more. I guess he gets power play 2 deployment, so he gets an extra access. He gets extra access. He has 13.6 goals.
And actually for hits, but does a little bit of shooting and blocking. Noah Laba. I don't know how you put it. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, center only, but yeah, I'd say for categories leagues, he's a nice
That's a
stat
deep
patter.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deep cut. But yeah, I just feel like he helps me pad the other stats, and I don't know, he's had a couple points lately. I figured he'd stumble backwards into something like that for me. Ottawa, again, I'm not a team I'm like super hyped to stream from, but Fabian Zetterlund, TJ's boy, 3%. He has been seeing line 1 lately. I would say just go check on Dylan Cousins, man. Not Nick Cousins, Dylan Cousins with a Z. 54%. He's center only, but he does so much. I think I think every league I'm in 3 leagues this year. I have him in all 3. He's ranked around like 50, 55 in all 3. He just, because everything he does is just at pads score, pads categories, power play 1. It just, yeah, I feel like I think it's just because he's center only that makes it hard to stomach if you don't have utility spots.
I don't think I've realized just how cored and I guess crystallized this Ottawa core is, right? Like I'm looking down the lineup. There's Brady, Stützle, Cousins, Batherson, Sanderson. There is clearly no other play. I mean, Shane Pinto, I know he's on IR and stuff, but like that, he still like screams power play 2 guy. Like none of those 5 names I just rattled off are going to be bounced off unless they themselves get hurt or injured. So long as everyone remains healthy for Ottawa is really just going to be a matter of, hey, did the guy drop Dylan Cousins? And if not, then you move on to the next team, really.
Yeah. And then, Pittsburgh, the other team, I potentially think there may be some good scoring here going on this weekend because they play Ottawa and then the Montreal and the back-to-backs. And as we know, Jacob Fowler may just be smoke and mirrors, unfortunately. So they don't have any options in goal if Fowler is not up to his draft pedigree. And like I joked about earlier in the show, Pittsburgh has 2 games in a row now where they have gone up 3 goals and lost. So lots of potential scoring there. Anthony Mantha, always a lotto ticket. Looks like he is getting power play 1 now, right now though. So that's great deployment. You gotta love that. Chris Letang down to 37%. He is on a little bit of a hot streak lately, a lot of assists. Other than that, Jay, I don't know. There's not much I'm excited. I mean, Ben Kindle, but I only like him if he's playing with Crosby, which now that Ricky Rax is back, there's pretty much no shot short of injury of anyone playing with Crosby.
Yeah, man, I feel like I'm almost arguing for like some of these guys, like the value really is, if you're talking like immense crazy value, would be if somehow Chris Letang ended up getting more ice time, more deployment, more whatever you want to call it. But I can't see that happening until Erik Karlsson gets I don't know, like his play drops.
So he gets traded. I hope he does. I need to see Chris Letang back on that power play.
Who is getting that extra time vacated by Malkin? I think it is.
I think it's
the
Mantha.
Kindle. It's not the Kindle kid.
Oh, no, yeah, Kindle is centering power play or line 2.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Ben Kindle is. Alan. I'm just waiting for him to get right wing deployment. You know what I mean? Like
I thought he did in Yahoo.
I don't see it. I see him as center only, but I'm going to check on Fantrax to see if he gets the other deployment. Like it's such a quality of life difference that like I don't know if he just hasn't been playing the games necessary for it. Or
I could have sworn they gave him right wing because I was super pumped about that. Huh.
Oh, he got it in Fantrax. That's what he did. Yeah, but he didn't get it in. He didn't get it in the other. Yeah, which is a huge quality of life decrease. Or not decrease. Sorry, non-increase. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then last up, Washington. Unfortunately, you're not getting Alexi Protas at 66%. That would be like the guy I feel like to stream. Anthony Beauvillier right now is line 1, 2% owned. He doesn't really do anything. Matt Roy and Duhaime for category coverage, but I don't know. For scoring, there's no one really I'm excited about here, Jay.
We have to say his name, Alan. He is, again, in the league, the entire league. He is the best. Connor.
Oh, yeah. Connor McMichael. Yeah.
Connor
the best
McMichael.
Michael. Or the best Connor. the best Connor.
Michael and the best
he
Connor.
just hasn't done much lately. Yeah. I think he's third line now. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to recommend people pick up Connor McMichael.
He's actually not the third line, Alan. He's now.
No? Is he line 2 now?
Line.
Fourth line. Oh, gross. Even worse. Even worse. And then Friday, Sunday, you got a couple teams there. Colorado, Gabe Landeskog, 38%. He's cooled off, so he's much more available now. I would say just go check on Brock Nelson, 48%. He's center only, but again, Friday, Sunday, you're going to be able to fit him in. And then you never know who's going to end up on line 1, power play 1, like Victor Olofsson or Gavin Brindley.
Brindley?
Yeah, I mean, rumors of his ascension were, greatly exaggerated by some people. Josh Manson for bangs.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, yeah, you never know who's going to get on power play 1. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I forget what league it was where I saw Valerie Nichushkin dropped, but it was like a 10-teamer. So I just feel like there's other people you could pick up that are probably hotter or just as good.
Well, Landeskog too, right? Like, I think if you look at Landeskog's deployment at the moment, his production at the moment, his access and ceiling, again, it's at the moment, but he's only 38% owned, and he should probably be at least 10% higher based on what he's giving at the moment. And Nichushkin, on the other hand, at 65% owned, could probably dip just based on what Colorado is showing us, like if you were to expect this to stay a little longer term.
Yeah. And then New Jersey, you know what? It's great to talk about other people besides the same 12 streamers. It's great. Because New Jersey's just had that many injuries. Cody Glass could be worth a look. That second line wasn't so bad Saturday versus Anaheim. They had a good share of those goals. Looks like, even tonight, Palat and Nason are on that power play 1. And Jack is getting closer to a return, but he's not back yet. So
is Nepo Luke. He's back too.
Nepo Luke. Yeah. You never know who's going to be on it tomorrow, but for now, is what it is.
This is such a hashtag ragtag core group of power play 1 guys at the moment in Jersey.
I know. It's like you. Warm body number 3. You're up.
Warm body number 4. Warm body number 5. What's that quote about? Like, is anybody here wearing a red shirt? Like, just pop on over.
Oh, so we're dipping into Star Trek references now. Hopefully, we don't have to pay licensing on that. I hear it's horrendous now. Winnipeg. It's nice. I'm gonna throw some deeper cuts out there because again, I'm tired of talking to the same 12 guys to you people.
Right.
Logan Stanley just hit a career high in goals. It's totally sustainable, right? I feel like he's a lotto ticket, has been kind of all season. Morgan Barron on a little bit of a hot streak, also bangs a little.
Alan, how can you move on from that fact when his career high is 6 goals?
I didn't say it was a high career high in goals. I just said it was a career high.
Oh, man. Truly man of the people, Alan. Truly man of the people.
That's how, just let the people do their own research on certain things.
Logan Stanley, gentlemen,
report partial facts. So goalie streams, Friday, Saturday, you got Anaheim. We got a lot of these, so we can probably try to save the audio only people some listening. And so Friday, Saturday. I don't like Carolina's back-to-back at all. Away and away, the Florida road trip. I don't, as good as Bussy's been, I would not try. I don't want to try him against Tampa or Florida.
He's
I don't know.
He's also in a situation now where I didn't double check it. I only saw that in our league he got dropped, and I was checking to see if. Well, I mean,
oh, that's right, Bussy.
if
Yeah. Someone dropped
if
him. in Super
Kochetkov
Bangers.
had gotten healthy, and I was trying to double check, but like
He got the start tonight.
Yeah, so it's another one where I was saying it. Of the three, I don't think I would go and burn an ad just on a goalie that would get 1 out of 3 starts. And I mean, again, Alan, great for Carolina and terrible for us. Kochetkov did get the dub tonight too. So
I still think it's Bussy's to lose. But I feel like, yeah. Oh yeah. But it sucks because I mean, unless Carolina trades one of the goalies, which I think would be silly, they'd probably trade Anderson.
They probably would trade Anderson.
I don't know what they do other than carry 3 goalies.
Don't like Caden Primo technically is still, I guess,
in the
he's not
Carolina
active.
system.
Right. Yeah. Did I see
he's
it?
Probably in the A.
Alan? Holy shit. Oh my God. Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Florida's backup escapes me. He was in Columbus's system. But if he gets the St. Louis game, I like that. But that would be the Saturday game.
Tarasov?
There we go. Daniil Tarasov. Yes.
Yeah.
If he gets the Saturday game, I like it. But again, that's you'd be fitting him in.
I thought you were calling for him in like an homage to, like a former Blue Jacket. And it was like,
New York Islanders, a Riddick start against either Vancouver or Buffalo. I like that.
I love it. Yeah. No,
Vancouver, I'm not going near either of those starts. Saturday, Sunday, you got a ton. Oh, nope. I don't want to go to the next slide yet. Man.
The first name that jumps off my list there is let's see what's happening in Mini, right? I would say.
You're not getting either of those goalies, though, right?
Shoot.
I'm sure Gustafsson and Wallstedt are just
ownership percentages have sailed. Yeah. Probably, man. This is old homerism, right? But probably quick. I don't know. Like it's gonna be tough.
Again, if you trust the Rangers to give you goal support, against Philly or Nashville, I'd say it's worth a shot.
What do you think about Lindgren? Not that he's been playing amazing, just in terms of
I mean, Washington is one of the stingiest teams. I mean, Detroit's been pretty good, but I feel like if there's a home and away against Detroit, I wouldn't mind that. If
he has not played immensely for the past month, I will caveat that.
I know Lindgren's also been injured. Might have had a hand in it.
He's had some Lindgren injuries.
Oh my gosh. There we go. I was worried about an episode title, but there we go. You just got it for me. I don't want. I mean, maybe if Schmid gets the start against Calgary, but yikes. Yeah, that's Saturday, and you're gonna have a hard time getting them in. Yeah, I'm not too keen on any of these Saturday, Sunday back-to-backs here. So looking at next week, freaky schedule. There's only 4 days worth of games, and it's Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. I guess there's some big gift-giving holiday or something coming up next week. This is the first I've heard of it. Good luck to all of you. But best schedules, there's 3 teams that have 3 games on 2 off nights. We got Philly, Seattle, Tampa. Hopefully some of you can grab some of those Seattle people. I know they had a good schedule recently. May I recommend keeping Ely Tovanen close by? For schedules, you have a couple teams with just 1 game on busy days. Utah and Winnipeg. And then with that, let me close my slides here. And we'll hit the mailbag.
You've got mail.
Mailbag.
Never.
We should add that to the clip, and it's just gonna be this giant montage. Never gets old. From the Cake Eaters, he needs to make some room to activate Dostal from IR. Would you drop Markstrom or Bussy? His other goalie is Vejmelka. The 12-team head-to-head points league, 3 points for win, -1 for a goal against, +2 for shutouts. I already answered this for him in Discord because I assumed he wanted like a pretty quick answer. So I'll let you go first on this one, Jay.
I think it's the same answer. It's Bussy. It's Bussy. Like,
really, you think it's Bussy?
well, he's currently going to operate on a 1 of 3. He's going to be giving immense value either way, all the way through for sure whenever he does start. The problem is, if you're giving up Markstrom, you're giving up a 1A, 1B. If you're giving up Vejmelka, you're giving up a 1. Dostal is probably going to be in a 1A, 1B situation too. I don't want to be stuck in any A, B, or C setups with Bussy.
I was saying Markstrom. Even with Jack in at the beginning of the season, Markstrom is just, I don't know if he is playing through some sort of lingering injury or what, right, but he's just not been good. I think he's actually been below, like on the season, he is below league average. Like Jake Allen's been stealing starts, so Jake Allen got the start tonight. Yeah, Jake Allen's just been stealing starts from him.
So
yeah, 8.74 on the season, a 3.56 goals against. That's just not going to get it done as a starting goaltender. Yeah, you can't roster someone like that.
I was going to go on the other angle of, look at how unrosterable this man is, and still he manages to split half the starts. So I was like,
you got to follow the money. That's why I feel like that's why Markstrom is getting the runway he is. And I think that didn't they re-sign Markstrom at the beginning of the season?
I think they did.
Isn't that contract? Yeah. So it's like they're still going to give him runway, but it's Jake Allen is eating his lunch.
Markstrom is getting, I just realized, Markstrom is getting the Binnington treatment without even having to win a cup. This is incredible.
And it's just like even when Jack Hughes comes back, like I don't expect the end result to be much better. So for me, it's Markstrom, and it's not that I don't think Markstrom himself is a good goalie. I just don't trust anything to get better in front of him. Again, like I said, I don't know if he's just playing through some kind of injury or what, but yeah, for a team that going into the season time and time and again in the last few years, we just believe that, yeah, this is a cup contender. What the fuck are we talking about? Like,
right.
We're just not seeing that result. And it's got to start with Markstrom.
Okay. My pushback slightly is that
I get your point about Bussy, that now, yeah, this is a team that 3-headed goalie monster, but I feel like Bussy, like it's his net to lose right now. And if Bussy sucks, you didn't invest much value in him.
Yes.
You can absolutely just find another hotness.
I would agree in the sense that to ride Bussy, I don't know, Alan. I feel like both sound right and wrong at the same time.
Well, I've seen like edits of like the Magic School Bussy, so I'm like, all right, it's Bussy. All right.
Right. It's got to be
or
the Magic
in Bussy
School
we trust him. I'm like, all right.
They've never lied to me before, Alan. They'll never lie to me now. Okay. So, but the big one I would say with Bussy as well is that, hey, look, so if you have this guy, he's been crushing it with the starts. He's been crushing it with the wins. Do we see him fall? Like, my only harp against Bussy is the fact that I don't think he's going to consistently be part of that 1A and bounce out Anderson and bounce out Kochekov so that those guys will lose crease starts. I think if anything, I could see a 3 rotation man setup. If they all win, isn't that even more ideal for the franchise, where they don't even have to have 2 guys, like rested up or, like splitting. You could have 3 guys and all of them play like 30 games or 20 odd games in a season. Like that seems like you could really come with a serious if you rode Boosie out and played him the same number of games in the playoffs as he did in the regular season, that'd be crazy. But they could do that if they ran a 3-headed monster. My issue was just in fantasy hockey. That's horrific.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like to me, it's like what's the point in having that's bona fide starter in Markstrom when all his starts suck?
Yeah, I could see that.
So it sounds like we agree to disagree on this one, and that's okay. Like that is
fine.
This is good though, because now Cake Eaters has a balanced argument and can totally he has the facts and can do whatever he wants with dropping Markstrom. Next up, Patrick Fry. He's asking about Kadri. Where do we put his fantasy value, especially with the rumors of him being traded? What do we expect to, like point production, his shots and power play points? Do we expect those numbers to stay up, assuming he's going to a team that's fighting for the cup? Like specifically, he's mentioning the Leafs.
The Leafs and fighting for a cup? Oh my God, guys, please.
So I would say, yeah, there we go. I would say that's an example. So, all right. So, and even most recently, like his role in Colorado. So if he gets traded, most likely if it's a cup contender, he'll be 2C, 3C.
Yes.
We've seen him in that role before. He is the 2C in Colorado.
Really?
Calgary they bumped him?
Morgan Frost.
Okay.
But having said that, the minutes that he played are still higher, right? Okay. So it might be a deployment thing. It might be anyways. But I think Kadri is only as valuable as the minutes he can munch. Kadri on the Avalanche.
Ignore that 100-point season. That is a fucking outlier.
Right. But Kadri in that season, man, it's also weird. Like, I don't think it ever clicked, but yeah, Nazem Kadri is a Stanley Cup winner. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Stanley Cup winning Nazem Kadri.
A bag winner.
and a bag winner. He is not the was he the fantasy monster, Alan? Like, he was pretty dominant that season.
I still think a lot of his value holds, especially if he can maintain around 15, 16 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say he's closer, especially at that time range. He becomes closer to like a 50, 60 point guy with great peripherals. Power play one, though, I don't know. Generally, if you're going to a cup contender, their power play one is pretty set. I don't know if he's guaranteed a spot on cup contenders power play one is the tricky part.
Well, right now his value is in the fact that he munches all those minutes because he is way better than any other guy next. The other issue I was thinking is in terms of guys where I would say he'd like him on the Avs was so great because he functionally was a 1B center and crushed it, just killing second line, third line centers and matchups.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I watched it. I know I crushed it.
But I'm trying to think of teams that could take and retain his salary onward and then still be solvent and still compete, Alan. And I'm sitting here going,
yeah, because especially with the way they've changed salary retention this year,
right? I was like, who, like, what? With the Avs, they got Brock Nelson, and Brock Nelson is doing a Nazem Kadri.
And that's what, shit, at that point, are you looking at 3C Nazem Kadri?
Right. Whereas I'm looking now, and I'm like, what team could... It's not Toronto, Patrick. It ain't Toronto. That's not going to be the team. But, like, I was like, which team could even take him on? And I'm like, oh, Alan.
Well, no, with moving Marner out, would they have the salary cap? I don't know off the top of my head how much cap space they have, but I would think they could eat Kadri without retention.
Well, but why would you go for a player when your team is not even in the playoffs, Alan? Like, you know,
they're on Toronto's on a run right now, man, and we all know real hockey doesn't start till February, so just Just
They have They have just shy of $4 million in cap space. The
Okay,
Leafs
so
do.
they would need
They would have to be.
They would probably need some
creative.
retention. Okay.
They would need to be very creative in order for them to make this function and work. My
So
main one, however,
that's what you'd have
sorry.
to look at is like, yeah, a team like Toronto, like how would someone like that fit in the roster? Because it's like, okay, yeah, you have Matthews. Matthews is your 1C most likely. That doesn't change.
Right.
Now, so if you put Kadri at 2C, could you, do you move Tavares to the wing maybe?
Oh, man,
and now you
fantasy.
have sneaky like two people that can take face-offs on like that shutdown line kind of thing. I think they try that with Ryan O'Reilly, right?
Right. I was saying Yahoo fantasy developers listening very closely to our podcast right now when they heard John Tavares in left wing.
Oh my God. That was nuts. Like freaking Tavares gets like wing eligibility in like last
5
game of the
games.
season.
It was crazy.
Freaking ridiculous.
Right before playoffs for sure too.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. I would say of all he might be one of the exceptions to the rule of guy gets traded to a contender at deadline and his value sinks.
Right.
It just depends on how much that time on ice decreases. But yeah, if you look at his past seasons, if he hangs on to about 15, 16 minutes time on ice, he's a 50, 60 point guy with great peripherals.
The other part I would say too is he has not been the same player on Calgary as he was in prior times. I'm not saying he's been bad or necessarily his play has like dipped dramatically. I mean, more so his play has been different in the sense that he was the guy that was bustling and hustling, getting on the grind lines. Now you look at what he's been doing across 34 games in the season, 22 hits and 12 blocks. His hits, he was definitely hitting 1 per game in previous seasons, and that is already dipping. You could say that's age. You could say that's just by virtue of him playing on an elevated line, playing on in more offensively minded, no grind-up setups in the same way. Maybe it's a dearth of relative talent compared to his prior teams. But again, look at him. Like, he's the only guy that's bucked 100 shots by this point in the season with Calgary, right? This is with trigger-happy Mackenzie Weegar, trigger-happy Rasmus Anderson, right? Like, he is the guy in Calgary doing all those things. Those stats will plummet. And I don't know if he is that same physical specimen, physical menace to buff up other components if he's playing on other lines in other teams on contenders anymore.
Yeah. We are running out of time here. Let's get to these last 2 questions here. All right. So D-Stu, he's got his teams finally healthy. He doesn't have a streamer spot. He's carrying 5D in 4 spots. He's gonna try and move via trade. If trade doesn't work out, should he employ the strategy of just waiting for another injury or drop someone? Who would he be? The drop on his team. He's got 12 team points bangers with PIMs and faceoff wins. So okay, sweet. That helps me a lot. I didn't catch that in the first read. So he's in first place. So he's not crazy desperate. So pull up his team here. If I can click on Discord without opening anything crazy. All right. So his 5 defensemen are Sider, McAvoy, John Carlson, Seth Jones, and Lacombe. Yeah, for me, Jones, I would try to hold on to him as long as possible. With Matthew Tkachuk coming back soon, TM, I really feel like that's going to inject that power play with some Ekblad brand steroids. And that's just going to bump Seth Jones's value. Lacombe, I feel like is like your low D man on the totem pole, but he's been on such a heater lately. I think he's been like point per game for like the last 15 games. And you gotta respect that. Like I just, with this roster and a 12 team, this is insane.
It is insane, honestly. My goodness.
And even Schmaltz for a second, I was like, oh, well, he's slowed down, and he has, but I mean, he's still got something tonight.
Right.
I just don't know. Yeah, there's like no one I'd really drop on this roster other than one of these D.
And I guess that's one of them will get hurt for better or worse. That
Right.
it just is how fantasy hockey does work, and so his could function. I don't know. I think you might have covered it, honestly. Like maybe it is just a point of waiting it out and seeing.
Right. Especially
Yeah.
this time of year. I feel like
Great.
it might be as simple as someone gets injured in the next couple days, and then it's like, oh, we'll reevaluate you beginning of the year.
Right.
Like just like
Right.
Connor Bedard.
Did
So yeah, I
before
would
we
wait.
want to end
I've
it off-
actually seen like people in a 10 team I was in use IR as almost like an extra roster spot. It hinders you because you can't make like ads that way, but it's almost like an extra roster spot.
Yes.
So let me back out of this. And then Patrick Fry did have one more question. It was a goalie question. He's got Hart, Askarov, Allmark, and Skinner. They have 3 goalie slots. So yeah, it's hard to make an honest statement on Skinner after that first game. Totally behind you there. For some reason, I'm trying to give him benefit of the doubt there. That is not an accurate measure. Even though like there were already cracks in the dam there that the Penguins were maybe getting lucky defensively, and that like there were games like that were bound to happen, as evidenced by their 3 goal leads and then losses. So he's saying that Decord and Hill are available on free agency. Would we make any changes? So he didn't draft a goalie high. He's focused more on wins and saves, with the goals against average, save percentage, shutouts being a bonus if he wins. I don't know if Decord, I mean, Hill would be an upgrade, but I feel like when Hill comes back, and the latest I saw a couple days ago was mid to late January. So a nice stash, hint, for any of you out there, if he's available. Hill might be the only one that's an upgrade, but I don't know if Decord is really an upgrade on anyone here. Maybe Askarov, maybe. Hill though, I don't know. Again, I don't want to see anyone carry a tandem like that, because like I've said before, you're carrying 2 roster spots to play a maximum of 82 games. That's silly.
I think the other one that's hard is when you have 3 daily slots to play and Decord and Hill are on the wire and you already have these sorts of guys, that's a lot of roster spots to devote to goalies.
Yeah.
And Patrick, it would be interesting if you like put, I guess, your existing setup, I guess, roster setup and all that jazz, so that we could kind of like mull it over and think it over. You basically, once you have, let's say, your top 192 guys in the league taken by all those teams, you probably are playing ideally within the top 250 players and no further down. So when I'm looking at guys, exactly as Alan mentioned, like a Hill and Hart, you're playing with the same 82. And I think Decord is an Askarov swap out, in the sense that Askarov and Decord, and they might both have incredible games or weeks or something, but yeah, they could also, like, I got sunk by an Askarov start, honestly, in like my previous
week. Like I said, I feel like the Sharks are coming back down to earth. But I don't know if Decord is enough of an upgrade.
Agreed. Alec, did we want to pop onto Puck Stud's questions before we signed off?
Yeah. So so I guess real quick, do we make any changes there for Patrick?
I would probably stay. I think we could touch on the one with Decord or Askarov, depending on which one. But truthfully, I think they are also very similar in where their teams are standing as well, right? Like, if anything, Askarov is in the playoff position and the Kraken are quite a ways behind. Although the Kraken also don't have a lot of goals given up. So, like maybe consider some of that too. But yeah, I'd be saying wins. in saves, then I think Askarov is the better guy to lean on.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think. Well, this one's easy. This is pretty much like a yes or no. He's asking drop Gibson for Hofer. I don't know. That seems like a pretty lateral move to me, because at any point Gibson and Talbot could kind of 1A 1B it. Hofer is getting the run he is right now because he is playing better. Does that last all season? I don't know.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's pretty good. He shut out the Jets tonight. But Gibson also, I think Gibson also just shut someone out. Or
Like,
he's had like a really good run of his own lately. So I feel like they're both just guys that are kind of hot right now at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a lateral move.
The only thing I would say is maybe Gibson is a 1A of the top team in the Atlantic. So I probably would say no. Is where I'm kind of pausing on.
I don't feel like it's if you do it, I don't feel like, if anything, that it's enough of an improvement to make the move. And I feel like, because this other one here is just like talking about 4 players, and we're already well over an hour here. He's going to make the playoffs in a deep league, no bye. I don't know what week playoff season, though. Would we drop any of Levshinov or McCann? Levshinov, I felt like I held on to him way longer than I should have just for the deployment, but I've really made sure to drop him with Connor Bedard out, and I don't think anyone's touched him, or McCann. And just because that league has so many IR spots, I'm holding on to McCann.
Right.
Okay, so would he drop either one of those two for Bichelle, Zucker, Benson, Manson, Hronik, or Matt Roy? I think Cats with hits plus minus blocks.
I honestly think Hronik is, out of all those names you listed there, some of the other guys there are.
I feel fringe. Like with Quinn Hughes, or not, blah, blah, blah. I feel like with Quinn Hughes gone, Hronik is going to get should get a ton of ice time.
Yes. And whether or not that ice time comes with elevated power play is another thing. I think that is I think that's Bouillon's to lose.
Yeah.
But Hronik is going to minute much like crazy. Like he was already getting on average, 23 minutes, 24 minutes of ice time. Like there is everything to indicate that he is now the decor veteran that's going to be tasked with mentoring Bouillon into the new era. That is his task, and it's going to be on the ice. Comparatively, when we're on the same thing like Manson, nothing against Manson, Allen, but
Manson's going to be great for your plus minus on Colorado.
Yeah. Yes, that is also a consideration.
And I feel like he does give you some good category coverage.
But I wouldn't want that. Yeah, sorry, rephrase. I wouldn't want that to the exclusion of whatever it is being given to me with Hronik's massive ice time. Because Manson, what is he getting? You know what I mean? Dude's getting 17 minutes of ice time. You know what I mean? That's a whole period of ice time less that he's getting.
What do you say? What do you always say? Availability is the best ability. I mean, I feel like the peripherals between Manson, Hronik, and Matt Roy are about the same. And I mean, Hronik might kind of tank your plus minus. I don't know how you feel about that, Puck Stud.
Right.
Zucker and Benson, I feel like are going to tank your plus minus.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't feel like Zucker and Benson. Yeah, Buffalo. I don't know if this GM change is going to be enough to really propel them into anything unless they make a coaching change as well. Bichel, fill out your peripherals nice. Dallas, probably be a good plus minus team.
Manson is just as likely to be cheering for his team on the bench when a goal is scored anyway at 17 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Point. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with Jay there. Yeah. But Levshinov's going to get the power play. I mean, they haven't really shown that anyone else is going to take that quarterback from Levshinov. I mean, maybe McCann. I just feel like Seattle not going to get a whole lot better as the season goes on.
I don't think Seattle is going to get a lot better, but I do think McCann, once healthy, will be a significant ceiling add compared to any of the other guys, and I would just leave it.
Yeah. No, and I just don't know, other than the power play, which he wasn't really doing much with anyway. Yeah, I feel like the biggest opportunity would be to drop Levshinov. I just don't feel like he was doing enough on that power play, but yeah, I don't know. I maybe almost stay put, Jay. I mean, those other guys are great category coverage, but I just don't know if it's enough of an improvement.
It's tough as well because I think Levshinov is in a spot where he is at peak, or rephrase, he is at bottom floor capacity at the moment. He doesn't even have the best guy on the ice with him. How good could he be even if he received the deployment that he isn't even getting before? Having said that, like when Bedard comes back, you probably do want Levshinov over any of the other guys he would be dropping for.
Yeah. But we'll go ahead and wrap it there. As always, thanks everyone for watching. And for those of you audio only, thank you for listening wherever you are. We'll be back on Saturday with Sit Start Saturday, and then again with the scripts. Thanks everyone. Enjoy your vacations, your time with your family, and good mental health.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, y'all. We'll pick you up later.